After a ticket is created in TechConnect, it is the job of the person responsible for that ticket to research a solution and provide resolution to the client. This module covers common issues and procedures you will need to know about when working in and resolving a ticket. In earlier modules, we discussed how to prevent duplicate tickets. But what happens if you open a ticket, then later discover one had already been created? Before you continue working on the issue, you want to mark the second as a duplicate and use the initial ticket for resolution. To do this, make note of the number for the initial ticket. Then, open the second ticket, and in the field Parent INC/REQ, enter the number for that initial ticket. This will connect the two tickets in a parent-child relationship. Once you've done this, locate the checkbox Is Duplicate Incident and select. Be sure to perform the steps in this order. If you check the Is Duplicate Incident box first, it locks out the ability to do any additional work in the ticket. You will not be able to enter the number of the parent ticket. So if you check the box in error, exit the ticket without saving and start again. Once complete, click Update. Now you can begin work in the initial ticket. Communication is an important part of working on an issue or a request. In a ticket, scroll past Description and you will see 3 tabs. The Work Notes field is on the Activity tab. Keeping detailed work notes ensures that anyone who touches the ticket can understand what has occurred to help the client, as well as prevent duplicate tickets occurring later. Also, once the ticket is resolved, anyone referring to it in the future will know how to resolve it should the same problem arise. You also want to make sure the client is well informed. Also on the Activity tab is the Additional Comments field. Enter a note in the Additional Comments field to write notes to the client to ask questions or inform them of progress. While your work notes can be descriptive but informal, whenever you send a message to a client, please be sure there is a more formal tone to the message. Instead of writing, "I have a solution, how about I call you?" construct the note as you would a letter, including a greeting, the message, and your name and department so they know who helped them. Then click Update. Another key in communication is updating the state of your ticket. When a ticket is created, it has a state of active. But if you have sent a message to the user and are waiting to hear back from them, change the state to awaiting user info. When the client responds to your communication, the state automatically returns to active, and the next time you go to the ticket, you will see a red dot next to the incident indicating their response. If you do not find a solution to the ticket, you will reassign the ticket to the next support tier. First, remove your name from the Assigned To field, and then enter the new assignment group. Unless otherwise instructed, you should only assign tickets to a group and not a specific person. Leave the Assigned To field blank. Then click Update. There are times when you may be creating and resolving a ticket in the same time frame. For example, a client calls with an issue, and while you're creating the ticket, you locate the KB article that describes the resolution, and while you have them on the phone, you help them resolve that issue. If this is the case, check the First Call Resolution checkbox before resolving the incident. This will help note that the ticket was resolved during first contact. Do not select this box until you are ready to resolve the ticket. Similar to the Duplicate Ticket checkbox, This box will lock out the ability to make further edits. There are times when you may need to launch a session in BOMGAR to help you view the desktop while assisting a client. Always generate the BOMGAR session key using the button inside of the ticket. This will ensure that sessions are captured properly as part of the ticket. Once the solution has been found and applied to the client, you will complete the ticket by resolving it. Before you do this, be sure to get confirmation from the client that they believe the issue is in fact resolved. In the ticket, select the Notes tab. Enter the resolution steps you took in as much detail as you can. If you used a KB article and did not already attach it, you can enter the number in the KCS solution field. Before you can resolve the incident, you must next go to the Activity tab. Here, you're going to want to enter some final comments to the client. Once all of this is complete, click the drop-down to select the action taken. Click Resolve Incident. Do not accidentally click Update instead of Resolve Incident, as it creates issues where you would need to email the client again in order to then resolve the ticket. The state of the ticket is set to resolve, and 48 hours later, the ticket will close automatically. When you resolve a ticket and the client receives your email, they might respond to it, sometimes with a thank you note, and other times telling you it's not completely fixed. In either case, you will be notified that the ticket is pending review. Open the ticket. If it is a simple thank you, go to State and select Resolve. This will resolve it without you needing to send another email to the client. If there is more to solve, once you open the ticket, change the state to active, send a note to the client in the Additional Comments field, and update the ticket. Then continue helping the client until they feel the issue is resolved.